Hi, I'm Patrice.
Hey, I'm Jocelyn. What's
And
up, y'all?
We
We
back.
back.
20 on accident.
She want to be like me. That's it. That's all.
Anywho,
We be doing this a lot though, like accidentally.
no, sometimes it be on purpose.
And the truth comes out.
Remember that time you was wearing that purple sweatshirt?
Oh yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I wanted to put on mine too.
I had on my purple crop sweatshirt with black leggings. She comes downstairs. She was not dressed, mind you. Comes downstairs, almost same,
It was exactly
purple,
exactly the same.
same color, purple sweatshirt and black leggings.
Yeah,
She won't be like me. I know.
I did in that day. Like, oh, I can wear mine too. I don't know why I did it. It was kind of lame, but it's okay.
I don't know. I thought it was accidentally, and now I'm learning
It was on
that it be on purpose. Oh, okay.
Today was a complete accident.
No, today really was. I had this in the bag. This was my only option. We're back.
We're back.
Where have we been? Twin?
Do you really want to know? In the trenches of
Well,
life. That's
we're
what
in
we
a new space.
We are.
We're in a
That's
new
different.
space.
So I've been being a big girl studio owner. Yeah, so that's been a big transition, big change, lots of newness with that, but also like trying to navigate with those transitions, which is difficult.
Yeah, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Hey. That girl got a studio.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the whole thing.
It is.
What about you? What's up?
I don't know. What is up?
Church?
Oh yeah, new church that I love. Y'all, if you're in the Charlotte area, you got to check out Hill House Community Church
For sure.
at E.E. Waddell High School on Sunday, every Sunday, 9 and 11:15. Like, y'all, every Sunday there's a word. Pastor KJ, he's the GOAT. And it's just refreshing now to like go to church and be poured into, and like I'm pouring out, but I immediately get poured back into, and to like have this relationship with my pastor. It's amazing. It was scary, but
New. It's newness.
yeah,
Everything new comes with
stepping out.
Yeah.
Because even when I told people, they was like, "You doing what?" I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but yeah, I like it. Actually, I love it. I love church. I love going to church.
Yes.
I gotta miss next Sunday, but I'm like, dang, man.
Yeah, and that's what it should feel
Dang.
like. You just want to be in the presence of other believers who just want to know God.
Yeah.
And that's dope.
Yeah.
Like, so that's dope.
Yeah.
Speaking of church, also love Hill House. Like, shameless plug. It's awesome.
Shameless plug for
But
real.
what I really love about Hill House, KJ, is that I'm like a Bible nerd. Like, I like to dive into the word because I think that's how we know who God is. Like, we know his character, we know how he moves, how he loves us, all the things, but we don't know that until we read his word. But what I love about KJ is that he breaks down scripture.
Oh yeah.
And he's very like knowledgeable and aware of scriptural text. But when he was talking about sacrifice the other Sunday, and how worship and sacrifice go hand in hand biblically, it was like,
mind blown.
Where we think worship is a certain, we think
worship is that, or going to church on Sunday, like
lifting your hands,
singing songs.
It's really a heart posture of sacrifice.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about the entrepreneurship journey and how it's so sacrificial, to where it's easy to like almost teeter the line of like making sure you're not making your entrepreneurship journey an idol.
Yep. I was about to say an idol. Yep.
An idol, yeah. So it's like you often have to navigate like this very like
you got to keep coming
like
back
this
to God.
thin piece of ice that you on in the journey of like making sure you stay humble, making sure you are not making an idol out of praise that you might get and like you know the things that you get from it feels very like self-motivating, but you really have to make sure you're depending
on God
because
it's you get too high and mighty,
okay,
you're gonna snatch it right down.
But also like just realizing how much sacrifice goes into entrepreneurship just in general. And I know we were talking about that you know not too long ago.
So like we talked about it in a previous episode, but like how I was saying I didn't get to hang out with my friends as much because I mean I can't spend as much money as I used to, like just traveling and stuff like that. So I gotta sacrifice hanging with my friends to grow my business or things like that. And sometimes it's hard. It's like, dang man, like I haven't done nothing all year, so now I can't go.
And it seems like such a small thing to like grieve, but it is a
because we were talking about that too. Like just grieving that old life. Like I can't do the things that I once did.
Just as simple as like I was telling her, just as simple as something like buying myself a couple pair of shoes. Like no, I need shoes, knowing I need them, but it felt like, man, there was such a time where like I didn't have to think about every dollar and where it was going because you see this vision for your business or your vision for, you know, the life that you want and you have to sacrifice to get it. And a lot of times nobody sees that vision but you.
So you really just like, hey man.
So it would seem simple like, girl, go get you some shoes.
Like you said you want to go shopping.
Like, but it's not that simple when you see something so much bigger.
It's bigger than you. Because God, like being an entrepreneur is very spiritual. I heard it before, but like now being in it every day, God, I don't know what I'm doing. And we were talking about this yesterday too, like how I was feeling like imposter syndrome. I have to continuously go back to God and be like, you know, this is not my thing. This is not something I've done before, but I need your help. I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, it's a constant, it's a constant journey. But it is a spiritual journey for sure. Like you don't know. Like you can't guess what the next day is going to look like or the week or the month. And you just have to stay faithful throughout the process.
I be feeling like Brenda, you know how when she said she went and applied for a job and went on the interview? I be feeling like that sometimes too. Like, you know what? I'm gonna just go hop on over here and see what, you know, what they got, what they offering.
That's crazy. That was crazy.
I don't know. I might would have did that too. I wouldn't have told you though. I wouldn't have told you though.
I can see like because I mean I've thought about that too, but when you break it down, it literally doesn't make any sense. Like I thought about getting a part-time job at one point because I'm like, man, I gotta supplement the time or the days.
That's how you feel in the moment.
But then when you break it down, it's like, man, so you mean to tell me I'm gonna spend 15 hours making what I would normally make in one photo shoot? Let me put that energy, those hours, into really like
and see that's how you gotta look at it.
Pushing myself and doing this for myself because it doesn't make sense. Once you add it up, it don't make sense.
It don't.
Like that one post or one like cold email or one whatever might be, you know, the difference between you working for an entire day versus you pouring into your own business.
With us, we editing. So like you at work and you're not editing, so it's
the whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
I've went down that rabbit hole, but when you make it make sense, it never does.
But it didn't make sense to her till she went on the interview.
Because that was crazy. Brenda will never watch this, but goodness, I had a laugh
It was a good laugh, and I definitely had thought
interview. It wasn't even like in her wheelhouse. Like you could at least apply for like a social media, like production, something. Like
you walk in Nordstrom and you see Brenda at the cash register. What are you doing here?
That's the Brenda. That's you.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Aren't you gonna be in Atlanta tomorrow?
Didn't the Lord tell you to go over here?
I got a closing shift tonight.
Have you studied
in the morning?
Have you studied?
No, Brenda, because you in here.
You in here
trying to clean up the dressing room, like, no. Ma'am.
So I get how she got there. Because I've been there multiple times.
But what she did say on the last episode was that I love that she said that faith and fear take the same muscle.
Yeah.
Because that's entrepreneurship all day long. Which feeling are you? Which way you gonna choose? Are you gonna choose faith or fear?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. You're choosing.
Yeah.
And it's easy to have faith in what you know is gonna work.
Yeah.
Versus the fear.
Those feelings hit hard though.
Yeah,
telling you,
they do. They're real.
Yeah.
They're real.
They are real.
But
the heart is wicked. So
there you go.
And deceitful. That's somewhere in the Bible. I just can't remember where. What is something that you're learning in entrepreneurship?
Something I'm learning?
Yeah,
I'm always learning.
What's one big thing? I feel like I'll say 2025. What are you learning right now in entrepreneurship?
I think how to maximize the flow of my income, I think, is my goal this year. I think that we were just talking about faith and fear, and like knowing it's easy to have faith in what you know works. So I know what works in my business. I know which type of photo shoots I'm typically gonna book. I know marketing those types of photo shoots helps me book. Like I know what that looks like. So I think at this point, booking clients isn't I don't want to say issue, but it's not something that I'm currently struggling with or focusing on, because I know what works for my business model. But I do want to focus on how I can make other streams of income in my business work. So now that I'm a studio owner, I'm thinking of how this space can now work with and for my business. So it can't be while it's great creatively for my photo shoots, it also can't be I'm trying to make it work. Yeah. Make it work for itself.
Multiple streams of income from this one place.
Yeah, make it work for itself, and like the steps that I need to take to get to, like, because this isn't even it. Like for me, for my visions are so big that I can't even say them out loud. They sound crazy. So so I think this season is like maximizing everything that I can to get closer to the next level of my business. So, and that's what it's been since day one. I've never said it out loud to people, but I've always known that photography is not the end goal.
Right.
It's the right now goal, but it's not the end goal. So I have a very like business mindset behind that. But ultimately, I think it will help people along the way. So yeah. What's the biggest thing you fear in entrepreneurship?
The biggest thing I fear, going outside of God's will. Going outside of God's will. That's it.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Because like you said earlier, like this is a humbling experience. So sometimes when you're receiving the praise and the honor, like it's cool to be like, yeah, I did that. I did that. Yeah, that was me. But I don't want to take opportunities that God didn't assign for me to take. Yeah. So just doing that. Like I want to stay aligned. If God did not send me that way, I don't want to go that way. Yeah. Like I want this whole thing. He put me here for a reason. So I want to continue in that.
And it's harder than what most people would think it is. It's really hard in the entrepreneurship journey to like stay on that pathway, because it's easy it's real easy.
Oh yeah.
To like think that you did it on your own.
And you did not.
Man. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear. Because like, what if somebody come out like had this great opportunity? The guy's like, I didn't tell you to do that.
Yeah.
Because I have dreams like you. I have dreams and goals of like I haven't put them out there, but there's some dream people I wouldn't mind working with, but I don't think God is calling me to that sector.
Yeah, I get that. I get that for sure. I don't want that for my life.
I don't want that either. Because if the Lord hand is off of what He has told me to do,
baby,
this doomsday.
Yeah,
I don't want to be there.
I'm good.
I don't want to be there.
I'm good.
But but I really do. Like Asia Wilson, though, if you out there listening,
I'm done.
Just had to throw that one out there.
Did God tell you to say that? Yeah,
I just threw it out there.
What's the biggest sacrifice that you've made so far in your business, would you say? Since we're talking about sacrifice.
I think it's just that what we talked about earlier, like hanging out and going out. Yeah, that's my biggest sacrifice. Because that was a whole part of my life at one point. You know, every 2 months I was going somewhere.
Yeah, like traveling.
Yeah, traveling. So that is something I miss. But yeah, that's my biggest thing. What about you?
Yeah, I think like my biggest sacrifice, I think now being a mom, I'm constantly sacrificing time.
Yeah.
With my family, friends, like time is the biggest sacrifice because a lot of time and energy has to go into the business right now. I can't wait till I get to the point where I can just like hire
I dream of this day
to like work for me and just like can figure out all the day-to-day stuff that I just don't want to handle. Like I don't want to do it, but I also don't have a budget
to do that.
To have somebody else handle it right now. But time, is
I say every day, I just need an assistant. Like I just want an assistant, just to do that part. Like because it's just so much.
It's so much.
Like on the back end, like not just doing like the actual photography or going out and getting content. Just the admin work, just like staying organized and for me prep before the photo shoots and props and all of that. It's a lot. One day. Right now, a lot of time goes into. One day we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about being an entrepreneur?
My favorite thing, probably like. It's a few things. Number one, the outlet that I get from the day to day and meeting new people. It's always dope. I like just interacting with people and just like, hearing their story.
Yeah.
And then two, I love that I'm able, because my kids are really small, I'm able to be flexible around them. So that's nice. It felt like such a burden all the time to like have to take off work or like one of them's always sick. So, it always felt like I was not putting my best effort when I was working full time because, you gotta be there. So just being able to be flexible around them and being a stay-at-home mom is cool too.
I think I'm gonna take that one too because like my parents are sickly, so being able to be there for them, like before it was taking off work.
Yep.
Like I gotta go drive here, I gotta go take them to this, and they're like, why?
Yeah,
I have to. Like it's cool to have that flexibility.
Yeah,
to be able to do that, and I get to spend more time with my family and stuff. So I like that.
Cool. Entrepreneurship is not easy.
It's not.
It is sacrifice.
It is surrendering.
Yeah.
That's another. I feel like that's something that but like people in general stop glamorizing entrepreneurship, please.
No, it's not really fun. No,
It's not fun.
I do think I'm called to do it, but it would be much easier to just like go to work.
I feel like you have to be called to entrepreneurship. I don't think you can just do it.
Yeah, you not successfully.
No,
yeah,
you can't just do it.
Yeah, it's not glamorous in the least bit.
No, at all. But that's all you see on social media is like, oh, you need to be an entrepreneur, or you should do this. Yeah. No, some people are actually called to be on a 9-to-5. Like, if you're not on the 9-to-5, who's doing the things? If we're all entrepreneurs, like you got to be there. We need people. We need people at the grocery store. Yeah. So you're not called. It's okay. It's okay to work your 9-to-5.
It absolutely is. Sometimes I'm jealous of people that like can clock out and mentally
clock out and it's done.
You don't have to think about work until the next time you go. And being an entrepreneur, that's also 24/7. Another thing too that you're sacrificing is your mind. Your mind is constantly operating on the clock around, your job. Yeah. Especially being a creative, because if I'm not thinking about administrative things, I'm always thinking about creative things. So my brain never shuts off ever. No. And that's annoying.
That is. Like when you sleep, I'm like, ooh, if I did it like this, if I did it like that, I could do this, I could do that. Then it's like, well, if I don't get up right now and write it down, then I'm gonna forget. So it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot.
So yeah, that's a big sacrifice. It's like your mind. Your mind.
I think the only time my mind is like shut off is when I'm at church. That's the only time, or in my quiet time with God. Like, other than that. Yeah. Other than that.
And even then I have to rebuke myself. I have to get on myself during my quiet time, because my mind starts creeping back to I ain't send that email. Yep. Like, so I have to train my mind to shut it off.
You know what I started doing though? I started sitting in silence. So I started that at my previous church. We would have like leader nights, and one night he had us sit in a spot and just don't think about nothing. Just let God talk to you. Like, you don't say anything, and then if you drift off, that's okay, but
bring it back.
So I've adopted that in my quiet time. Like, to start off, sometimes I'm just in
silence.
I'm just gonna sit in silence and listen to see what he is saying. Because sometimes in my quiet time, he does give me something for my business to do. So it's cool. But the only true time where I'm not thinking about nothing is at church.
Mine is during photo shoots.
Really?
I'm not thinking about anything else other than the photo shoot. Yeah. Yeah, which is why it was like therapeutic for me too when I started photography, because it was like the only time that I had to not think about anybody else but what I was doing.
Yeah. No, I can't say that. I be thinking about, well, I need to do this and I need to do that.
Yeah, during photo shoots, like, I'm not thinking about anything except the person that I'm working with, or like, how am I perfecting this shot? Yeah. So, well, if you're an entrepreneur, tap in with us. We'd love to chat, continue the conversation. It ain't easy out here, so we need all the support that we can get.
Yeah. Sometimes it's cool to just sit down and talk with somebody who actually, understands.
Yeah, that's right.
So hit us up.
All right.
See y'all.
Bye.